Welcome again. My name is Seka Schulte and I'm your host today in my show today. And today we're going to have a topic called Is Love a Want or a Need? And we have two young people today that's going to tell us more of what they think. You know, like you're having a partner and stuff. And do you tend to think as a youth, is it something that you really need it in order to survive, or it's just a want? Welcome our special guests, and that is Elizabeth and Joshua. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. My name is Elizabeth, and yeah, really glad to be here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Welcome.
I am by the names of Joshua Awira, photo and video journalist, and I'm really glad to be here today, and I expect my mind on the topic.
Wow, that's very interesting. So, Elizabeth and Joshua, can you please tell us, what do you think about love? Is love a need or a want, and why?
Wow. Love is a need
A need.
when it comes to a general perspective.
Okay.
But when it comes to relationships, more so when it comes to the opposite sex, I believe it's a want.
Okay.
I want based on society pressure, peer pressure, influence, and all that. So I don't really think it's a need.
Okay, so you tend to tell me that people in the community, when you talk about different sex kind of person, gender, they can survive without love in their community.
I believe they cannot survive without love, but then it depends on the kind of love that we're giving them. Because now, as I earlier mentioned, it's a relationship, sexual, could be sexual, let's say a male and a female. I'm sure there are people who live without this kind of relationship, but they do love people. They do love the opposite sex, but not in that kind of manner.
Okay, and why do the society tend to maybe to think a person is abnormal, especially when a person says he or she is single?
So it's not quite abnormal, but that is how society is. When we tend to follow what society depicts of us, we lose track of our lives. Today we have nuns, we have monks. Not only today, back in the day, we also had nuns and monks and all that. They are pretty comfortable where they are. So I don't really think it's a need.
And Joshua, please can you tell us, what do you picture love? Is it a need or a want?
I should say it depends on what. So let us take it to the side of, let me say, partner love of the opposite sex.
Yes.
To me, it's a want. It's just a want. Because personally, I've been single like for a year.
Okay.
And I'm fine and I'm perfect with it. So it's just like a moment whereby I just want to have someone in my life, and I'm like, yo, I think I should just get someone in my life for some other benefits. Because nowadays people are not going to love you for who you are.
Yes.
For what you have.
Or like they are going to be there for what you have generally. It's just like they're selling their love to you. And that's the thing nowadays about love. It's not like the old days whereby someone is going to love you even when you're broke, even when you have nothing. Nowadays, you don't have money, you don't get the love. And nowadays, the women have a saying that a man who doesn't have money deserves no respect.
Okay, that's very interesting coming from you, Joshua. But so you have been single. Okay, can I read it just a little bit? You have been single. Is it because you tend to think that maybe love is a give and take activity? Like as you said before, many women tend to say that they have to benefit from it. Is it that's the reason of you being single, or you're just being single because you want to be single?
Honestly, past I was in love, and I got to notice that no one is going to love me for who I am, because I have my own principles, I have my own dreams, I have my own ambitions that I'm not going to change for anyone. And if you can't love me for that, please, you go away. So the people that I met in the past were this type of people that wanted to change me to be the person they want me to be, but not the person I want to be. So right now I've decided to be single because I want to concentrate on me personally. There's much more in me than changing for someone who is one day going to wake up and leave me.
Okay. Wow. That's touching. Elizabeth.
Hi.
you as well agree what Joshua has just said? Like love is a give and take kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's a give and take. I do apologize for your past because I really don't think once you fall in love with someone, they should take you for who you are. That is why we come up with this argument: is it a need or a want?
Yeah.
If it's a need, then someone will definitely take you the way you are.
Exactly.
But then if it's a want, they want it because of your status, because of your money, because of your looks, your accent, name it. But then anyways.
But for me, right now, generalist.com, love has just become a want, not a need. Because, you know, you girls, this, on my side as a man, I'm talking on my side as a man, and me, you girls of nowadays want to do what they call, most of you, like, I'm not saying all of you,
Yes.
but a very big number of the girls nowadays want to have the things more like showbiz. You get me? Like, she'll not feel comfortable, like, I'm having my friend, she's here, like, let me say we're girls, and let me say you and Elizabeth are friends. You got a guy who is buying for you everything, that stuff, like, he caters for your needs. But Elizabeth has a guy who doesn't have much, and remember, she has needs. So, in the long run, she's going to be influenced by, like, yo, take this, enjoying life. Why am I suffering like this? I can just tell her to connect me to a guy, and everything will work out. And you end up living your serious relationship. A serious relationship that would have gone somewhere, would have been fruitful, just because you just want to cater for your present needs.
Do you actually think that maybe it's issues of if everybody, girls and young ladies and men as well, both of them, be self-independent, will that solve that issue that you're calling? Like, it leads people to leave their serious relationship to another kind of thing?
Yeah. I really believe that if men and women were self-independent, like we all work hard, and we, without the other, we can cater for ourselves. Without the other, we can survive for ourselves. That's when love will become a need, because at some point you'll be like, yo, I want to share something special with someone.
Okay, so when I said about being a need and a want, I specifically meant a need is something that you crave for, that you can't live about, you can't live without it.
Yes.
It's something that must be there.
Yes.
Okay, and when you talk about want, it's something that it's a choice. I can have it or I can't have it.
Yeah.
So now coming back to my question, especially to you, Joshua, and I think Elizabeth, you add something on it. You decided to be single, but as we know, being single, being in a perfect relationship, or being in a relationship, first you have to dive in it, take a risk, then you actually know if this person is right for me or not. So tell us your strategy of being single for now. How are you going to know that this is a better spot for me in the future?
I'm not thinking currently. I am not thinking of getting into any relationship till I don't know when, cause I just lost interest. I just feel like, yo, I just need to be like, make my money, grow myself, and other things will just come in. You know, I know you're in your head and wondering, yo, how do you cater like for some needs, like that one you can get anytime.
And Elizabeth, can you please tell us what factors do you consider in choosing a spouse?
Wow. I let them come as they are. Because we get to realize when we set ground rules, or we've seen this in the movies. I hear a list of things I need in a guy. He should be this, he should be that. So we have to consider, as ladies, we also have to look at it and we're like, okay, so if guys also had that kind of list, would we even cut it to the kind of characteristics they have on their particular lists?
You want to tell me that guys don't have that list?
No, I'm sure they do have, but who does that?
Joshua, can you please tell us? Don't consider when going to a woman?
Okay.
Like this is a woman, the type of woman I want to be with.
Yeah. I have factors. A lot. Yeah? But you know, it is very easy to impress a guy than impressing a woman.
It's true.
Because a woman has a lot, man. Like, damn, it's too much.
Now,
But you see, but when I come on the money side, like when a guy gets a woman, even if it's not to the standards he wants her to be at, as long as the girl respects him, you know, makes him feel happy when he's low, just being there like to support you. Because for us guys, we don't need much to love someone. We need just a few things. That respect, food has to be there, the sex has to be on point, you know, support has to be there. So like the other choice, they're not even more than 5 things that we take again.
Okay,
So what do you have to say about that?
wow, he has things he considers. That is why a particular girl will come to you, do all sorts of things, and still consider some other man.
Okay, I really want to ask you a question. What if a guy comes and maybe I really feel you're a spiritual kind of a girl, and the guy is an anti-believer. That's one. And maybe he does stuff. An anti-believer, but he does stuff. Like he kills, he does what, he does what. Will you still be with that guy just because? Yeah, I really feel like what? Yeah.
I hear love is unconditional. I hear. But when this guy comes forth, I'm not going to know he's Antichrist or he doesn't believe in God. I'm also not going to know he's a murderer, he's a thief, he's a what. I'm not going to know all those things because they're not going to be painted on his face.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, we tend to learn to appreciate people for who they are.
Okay.
This particular person will also not believe that, oh, this girl has really fallen for me. And at the end of the day, they'll slowly change. We all believe in change. We're supposed to give them a chance to change. It's not like I really, really love to get a person who is a murderer. No, oh my God, who does that? He will murder me in my sleep. But give people a chance.
Okay, that is really, really interesting. I mean, we came to hear from both sides. Joshua told us, like, there are some things that they would really consider in a woman, and that is support, respect, food in the table, and all those 2 kind of foods. Hey, you know what I mean? But we came to hear as well from Elizabeth, and Elizabeth tend to tell us, I'll give a room 100% trust for any guy that comes around, and that will determine if I'll still be with that guy or not. So, can you tell us briefly or in short, like, advise the young youth out there that tend to believe that they can survive really completely without a partner, a sexual partner? That's a question to Joshua. What are you telling them out there?
Well, for you to survive without love or without a sexual partner, first of all, you have to be like a person who is working. Busy. Me, I'm super busy. I get home, I'm working.
They say an idle mind is a workshop.
There was workshop. So tell me, when am I going to get this time of thinking like, oh, I've seen that hot neighbor, like, how should I approach her, like, why am I going to get that time? Oh, where am I going to wake up in the morning and, you know, have my desires, and I'm like, but because I wake up at 5 in the morning, I'm on my laptop, I'm working, I'm planning for the day, I'm planning what am I going to do for the day, what am I going to achieve for the day? You see that? All that, once you're busy, once you're focused onto something, some other, and the rest of the things become really irrelevant. So for me, I'm glad I'm working, I'm building on my career. That will come later on.
And that is what you have to tell the youth.
Yes, and the youth of nowadays, do not rush. Do not rush. You're 20, you're 21, 23, 24, and you're all rushing to get a girlfriend, dude, have you built a house? Have you built your career? Have you looked at all those? Yeah? Because there's a song that says, I'll quote, love is sweet when money enters.
Okay.
Yeah, love is sweet when money enters. So, because every man out there, how would you feel like your girlfriend calls you like, yo babe, send me some money, I want to plait hair, and you get no time. Like for real, you get no time. And tomorrow someone comes and buys for her something, and you're all putting green your face, and you're like, how is that? Who's that? Dude, you've been not working because of it.
Okay, and coming to you, Elizabeth, what is it that you want to tell the young girls out there that for one reason or another, coming from the point of perception that you have, they have this long list having like 30 factors or 30 attributes they want to find in a guy? What are you telling them?
Oh my God. So first and foremost, put yourself in their shoes. What would happen if this particular guy also had his own list? For real. What would happen? Would you even cut it? I don't think some of you would even make two characteristics. And also, do not compare, for Christ's sake. Your kind of relationship could be different from my kind of relationship. Your taste in a guy could be different from my taste in a guy. And you should also appreciate the kind of person that comes forth.
Well, that's all we have for today. I think the time is running. And wrapping it up, all you need to know is that love comes in a package, right?
Yeah.
And it's really not a need. It is a want. Like, we can have it and we can't even have it at the same time.
Yeah.
You see Joshua here. He's been single for almost a year. And he's planning on staying single. Why? He wants to build himself. Like, make sure that he finds, he is happy himself so that he can transfer the happiness to other people. Finds money for himself so that he can take that kind of money and give it to, make sure that the wife or the girlfriend is happy. And nobody that comes in a way will just say that it's maybe because you don't have this and that's why I'm not being with you. And as well, we heard from Elizabeth, and she's saying that love really doesn't really need to have all sorts of attributes, factors and all that. It just comes with risk. You take your risk and you move on. And for that reason, my name is Tekla Schulte, and thank you for being with us today. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you till next time. Bye.